This is Irontrader, and this is midday trading. So we're going to take a look here at crude oil and natural gas. But first of all, we're going to take a look here at Amazon and Tesla. This video is for information purposes only, not a recommendation to buy or sell any stock market ETF. Please like, subscribe. Thanks for watching. Okay, here we have Amazon. You can see how a big sell-off that we had. Now, Amazon is moving up here, Nvidia is moving up here, Microsoft, Apple, and Tesla is moving down. We'll take a look at that after, but let's take a look here at the old Amazon. Okay, now you can see here where we just put in a big red candle yesterday, and what was the low on that? Okay, so the low on that was 220.11. You say, well, why did it stop there? All you got to do is look to the left of the chart here. What do you see? Okay, 220. So you came in within 11 cents. So when you have a sell-off like this and you start losing this, like say this 8-day, where you just follow the candles, the bottoms, the tops, and the closing, and in this case here, that 220 was very, very nicely, and then it was a great scalp on the long side. I'm still long the old stock. Okay. So what do we have here so far? We have what they call an inside day. Your high and low is the inside of yesterday's high and low. So what we're looking here for the upside is we're looking at today's high. Okay, so you're looking at 226.09. But this is going to be the key level right here, 227.72. That's going to be very, very crucial that you need to close back above. If we can come right to the top of this candle here. You're looking at 231.09, and then we'll come up to here. Right there, 231.40. That was yesterday's high, and then we'll come up top of this candle, 232.73, and then 233. That is going to be your big retest. Now, I think Amazon's going to be a really good trade next year. Same way with a lot of these tech stocks here. So, you know, anytime you have a buying opportunity, you want to take it. Okay, so what we did is we came down here. This on the downside, we want to look here. So far today, we had 222.92, and then we want to look to obviously to yesterday's low. Okay, you're looking at that 220.11, which is your support level right there. And then we'll take a look here at this 21-day, which is at 217.10. And then we want to always go to the left of the chart here at 215.90. That is going to be just right below that 21-day here, okay? So the reason you do that is when the stock rallies up here and then it comes down and it breaks out, then that provides a really good support level here for the old stock. But now we have that 21-day right just ahead of that. So that area right there will be really good if it happens to sell down, but watch yesterday's low. Okay, so that's all you really have to do. Watch yesterday's low and then watch this 8-day. That's going to be crucial there on the upside. Now, here you can see here where we're trying to reverse it. As strong as the stock has been extremely strong. You can see by the RSI. Now, your green is still over your red. It's pinching it. Almost looks like a dolphin there, doesn't it? And but again, this is just sideways action. But again, now remember, just like what I tell you here for last week, eventually you're going to get yourself a good massive sell-off here. So always be prepared to that. Take money and put it in your pocket when you get a chance to. Don't just keep on riding it out, oh, I'll buy more. Sure, you can buy more, okay? That's a one way to trade it, but you're better off saying, hey, I'm just going to wait for the pullback, sit on my hands, and then buy it on the cheap and then run it long, just like we did yesterday. Great trade. Okay, let's take a look here now at Tesla. Okay, here we have Tesla. I'm long the stock, and I also trade the stock. So let me just bigger up a little bit here. Okay, so you can see yesterday we had this big massive sell-off, but you notice that it closed above that key 8 SMA here. Now, today we're hanging right at it, okay? So this is going to be the key. So let's look at the downside first. So you want to watch 434.40, and then we want to watch yesterday's low. That's at 427.01 level, okay? So when you just look right to the left of the chart here, okay, we just follow these candles here all the way on down, okay, until we come all the way down to some really, really key support like that 385.87. But right now, all we're worried about here is this 8 simple moving average. Okay, so again, on the downside, just make it a little bit more, tighten her up a little bit. We want to go 427.01. That's what you're trading against, okay? That's yesterday's low. Then we'll come right to the bottom of this candle here. You're looking at 415.71. And then we can just work all the candles on here. You got 409 on the situation there. Then we just look at the top of that candle. You got 404. And then you just work it all the way down. Now, there is some really big gaps right here. And this is, I don't like this here. Okay, so when we look at the bottom of this candle here, you're looking at 326.59 level. Okay, what do we got here? 324.68. So we have a gap and a fill right there. And then we had this other gap right here. Okay, so we look at the bottom of that 275.62. And then we look at the top of this candle here at 255.28. And then we have another gap going on down here. at 238.88, and then we have your fill all the way down here, 218.72. So there's a lot of gaps, a lot of fills here if this decides to sell. Now, this thing had a hell of a run, but one thing you just have to understand is this is running up because Musk is all in with the T-man here. But this stock, their automobiles, if you're just trading like with the automobiles, it doesn't warrant this kind of a price. Okay, so always remember this is a FOMO stock. And when this turns, it can turn really, really hard. All you have to do is just look to the past on that situation where he was selling X or trying to buy X and he was selling stock to do it, okay? So when you look at this chart here, you can see here how it just was building, building, building. And then when she took off nicely, but it's really not on sale. The sales are declining, the revenue is declining, and a lot of things are declining on this here. So, just be very, very careful that this is a FOMO stock and just always remember that, okay? So again, just watch this 8-day on a closing basis. 437.30, that's going to be key, and then watch yesterday's low. Very, very key. Now, say this rallies off it here. Well, then we want to look at today's high. You're looking at 456.36 level here. We can come up to the top of this candle. You're looking at 463.19. We can come all the way up here to the top of here. You're looking at 483.99, and then we have 488.54 here. Okay, so right now you're trading between your 8-day and your 488.54 level. You're trading this range here until she breaks. It's going to break up and hit that 500 mark, or it's going to close back down here below this 8-day and maybe head for that 21-day. Okay. Let's take a look here now at crude oil. Okay, here we have the old crude ski. Now, this was a really good trade today. Now, again, I am short with the SCO, and I use it more like a hedge kind of a situation, okay? And I just scalped the long, okay? So that's just basically how I do it. Now, this was a really good scalp here today, but again, what you have to watch is the previous day's high. So today we got as high as a 70.58. But what you're trading against here is yesterday's high of 70.80 and never really made it up to there, okay? So now we are below this key 8 SMA here at 69.92, and we're below this key 50-day here at 69.89. We need to get back above that to go higher, okay? Then your target's higher is going to be 71.34, and then that price channel at 71.15, okay? So again, it was a really good trade, but I don't like here when you put these like this tweezer top situation in here. It's almost like this here kind of a situation. It's really never good for the long term. Okay, so now what we're doing is at the bottom down here, we're looking right here at that 69.30. That's your 21-day. You really need to hold that on a closing basis. If not, we'll look right to the bottom of this candle here. This is going to be your next support at 68.81. Now, again, if that's lost, we just follow the candle. Okay, you got 68.44 level there. We come down here. You got 67.72. Then your big retest there is going to be that 66.98 level here. But right now, we're kind of all jammed right on up here on these simple moving averages, which is good. So you're trading now between this 21 SMA here, the 8 to 50-day. If you crack above, 71.51 is a target. Now, again, if you crack below this 21-day and say, hey, this goes shorter than that there, then this 21 SMA here, then we just look for the bottom of this candle here. This is going to be very, very key. Okay, 68.81, and then that's lost. We work our way down here to that 68.98 there. Okay, so again, you just got to be a little bit careful. And this is a trading. This is an absolute trade. This is nothing here that says this is a buy and hold kind of a situation. Okay, so going to look at this chart here. Okay, see this double top. The double top situation. Now, do we have the same thing here? Okay, but you have a downtrending market here. Okay, so just remember that. So we got to see how this is all going to shake out. Okay, let's take a look here now at natural gas. Okay, here we have natural gas. Now, I hope everybody traded that EIA report. I always mention that every week there. That's really a good trading opportunity. Now, the EIA report there, you had a nice good draw of 125 billion cubic feet, which was very, very nice here, okay? So, again, you had a really good draw, and you can see where natty gas rallied right up here very nicely here, okay? Now, remember, the contract roll will be coming out here Sunday, so usually you'll rally up into it, and then we've got to see how that's all going to shake out. Now, remember, the contract roll, the price will be lower. It will not be like this roll here where it went up higher, kind of a situation. Okay, so you can see here, really, really nice rally here. Let's take a look here at the downside first. The downside here, we just follow the tops of these candles here, okay? So what we're looking at there is you're looking at 3.48 level. Then we'll look to yesterday's high, looking at 3.44 level. Then we'll come right up here, looking at 3.39. Then we have that 8-day sitting right there, 3.35, and then 3.26. Right now, you can see the 8-day is up above the 21-day. That's always very bullish. And look how nice this held this the whole way. Okay, now natty gas is always tricky. They don't call it the widowmaker for nothing, because anything that you expect it is going to do, it just reverses. Just like we had this candle. This candle looked so bearish there the other day. It was so red. It looked like it was going to come right on down. And what it did, it reversed and went above the 21 to 8-day. And now look at this bad boy. Okay, so right now you're sitting at 3.56. That's your breakout level right there. And I'm going to show you a weekly chart right after this, where we can go on that. But I say that's what we're looking for is 3.56. On the downside, we follow the candles down. Here's your key support levels, 3.35 and 3.26. Long as you're above this on a closing basis, we're very, very good. Okay, let's take a look here now on a weekly. Okay, here we have natty gas on a weekly chart. Now you can see here we're right up against that price channel, that 3.56. So the question is, what is it going to do? Is it going to break up, or is she going to just top right out and come right on down? So if it breaks out here, what you want to do is just look right to the left of the chart here, 3.64. That's your next target if we have that breakout. Now, again, if we have that breakout of that 3.56, you'll hit this here very, very easily. But this is what you're really looking for here on the breakout, is going to be this 3.86 level here, okay? So I got the UNG going, the scalp, and I still have it going here. So I'm going to see I got a stop there just below the 15 mark. You're sitting at 15.11 right now. I got it at 14.98. I'll see if that's going to be stop me out or what that's going to do. But right now, this is what you're looking for. If you break out, that 3.86 is the target. Now, that's going to be a very, very strong resistance, because look at what we have here. And when that price went down, look how long it stayed below this 200 SMA here. But now, big but here, okay? Look at it. Your 8-day, look how nice that is curling up here. Your 21-day is curling up. This looks very, very bullish here. So we got to see how this is all going to shake out here. If we can hit that 3.86, and then what is the reaction when it hits it? Now, again, if you can start, if we can say you can break above that 3.86 level, then what we do is we start hitting these targets right here. Okay, so you got 412. What do we got here? You can come to the bottom of this candle here. You got 437. And then we'll look to the top there. You got 439. And then we come down to the bottom of this candle here. You got 475. And you can just rally right on up here until we start bringing the big price channels right across here. But, okay, I like to show you where it could go. But realistically, you have to close above that 3.86. Right now, we have to close above right there at that 3.56. So let's just see how this all shakes out here. Now, you look at your RSI here. You got room to run here yet. Your MACD is still looking good. And what we do is we got this sideways action, and you got that momentum going. So let's just see how this all shakes out here. So right now I am long on natural gas, and I'm going to see how it's going to shake out and what's going to have what the reaction is when you hit this 3.56 level, which is basically just the top of that candle. Okay, that's what I got for you. I'll be back here after the pit close. Take a look at crude, natural gas, and then we'll see what else we have. Now, just remember, correction is coming, okay? So always just trade, and when you trade, at least take something and put it in your pocket, okay? That is going to be the key. You don't want to say, oh, stuck, I should have sold this, I should have done that. No. Don't do that. And if you sell it short, you can always buy it back. There's always opportunities here, okay? Next year, I think tech is going to be big. I think Bitcoin's going to be big. I think there's a lot of things. The banks right now are ripping up here pretty nice. Goldman Sachs, JP Morgan, my faves. I would stay away from like GM and Ford and that kind of stuff like that. That and wind, solar. I don't think that's going to really going to work. Okay, trade what's in front of you, not what you want.